Hello there, divine beings of YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. This is Allie Tarot 108. We are tuning in today to take a look at another celebrity tarot reading. I love doing the celebrity readings for you guys, so if any of you have any suggestions or requests about celebrities or also about world events or things going on, I would love to read for you based on your requests. So if you have any requests, do leave them down in the comments. Before we begin, don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe to the channel for more celebrity tarot, as well as pick a card readings and whatever else I decide to do on this channel. So today we are looking at a celebrity who is just kind of upcoming in his career, and if you've clicked on it, you know who it is. It's Nicholas Galitzine, and he was acting in a few different things with big celebs. He was with Anne Hathaway. He was also in the other movie Red, White, and Royal Blue with Taylor Zakhar Perez, who I read on in the last popular video that I did. So yeah, from that video, you guys requested Nicholas Galitzine. So we're going to look today at his past, present, and future. And what we do is the first line is the past. It's all about the person's emotions, upbringing, and we also look at past lives because, guys, yes, I am a professional psychic medium as well, and I do look into past lives and other things for people. So first line is all about their childhood as well as past lives, as well as generally life before this present moment, because we're looking at past. Second line is present, how they're feeling at present, about what they're doing, about their career, about their life in general. And the third line is about their future. We all want to know what's the future. Especially, I love reading future for upcoming celebrities and young prospective kind of people. So we will begin each line with a significator card for that line, and I like to use these cards. Finding inner peace, and it's really about getting a little note from the spirit, from guides. We're also going to connect to his guides. I already feel them around him, so I will say that I do feel Nicholas Galitzine, he has an energy of there's a big connection, ancestral connection with him. I feel some strong lineage thing going on with him, especially from, I feel around him he has a specific guide, which is like an ancestor that is a grandfather. He's an older grandfather. He's a European looking gentleman. I feel him like he is wearing this kind of old style clothing, like Renaissance, kind of medieval, no, Renaissance, really more like Renaissance, clothing. Anyway, I feel this kind of Duke energy, you know, coming through, and it comes through to him as well. So yeah. So let's get a general message about how was Nicholas Galitzine's upbringing? What do we need to know about his general mood? Because, by the way, guys, I'm just going to tell you, tarot is not meant to be biographical. It's meant to be going deep into emotions, into other things, into psychology, and into, you know, it's spiritual stuff. We're looking at the subtle energy here. So this card is coming out. So what do we need to know about Nicholas Galitzine's past? I have choices. Oh, I don't have to be stuck in something that no longer fits. I have choices always. Okay. So I do get a message with this, and now I just want to say that when I do these readings, I don't necessarily do them on celebrities that I know very well, because I'm taking requests here, and I do a little bit of research, I usually just like read their Wikipedia page and like that's it. But with the I have choices card here, I get this feeling and message like he is a person who he was never starved when he was young. I feel like he always had everything he needed. Like his parents gave him everything he needed and even more. Like there's this air of, you can say, like privilege around him. And it's like I feel, and I did read in his bio as well about him doing something with sports. So I feel like for him, it's like he has had many choices about career path and about path of success. But I always feel, I get that feeling that he always wanted to be more of an entertainer than anything like stuffy, you know. He didn't want to become an accountant or anything. So I do get the message that he did consider becoming a doctor or becoming a lawyer or something like this. But I feel with this card coming up here, it's like he chose and decided, no, I want something that's more in the limelight. I want to be on the stage. I gotta be there. And also I get the message where it's like coming from his heart. He does acting and he does performing. Also, I feel an energy around stage performing for him as well, stage acting. He does this because he has to. It's for his heart. It's this thing coming from his heart. He can't do like anything else. Nothing else is going to satisfy him, I feel. And with this figure coming up here, the messages that I'm getting are like, I really love red carpet, you know? I really love red carpet. I love the glitz and the glam and the cameras and the lights, camera, action, and you know, look this way, let us take your photo. I love it. I love being in the paparazzi eye, even if it can be, you know, intrusive. Like I get the feeling like he's a person who he might give off a different impression. Like he might give off the impression like I don't like this, like get away from me or something, but actually he loves it. He loves it. He loves if he's telling off the paparazzi, he's secretly thinking in his head like, oh yeah, paparazzi, come at me. You know, something like that. Yeah. So we are going to get more information now on his past life. And I use these karma cards. We're going to look in the past of his present life, and then we're going to look at his past life before this life. Or we all have many, many different past lives, guys. We all have many, many different incarnations, and some things come through stronger than others. Some things shape us in our present life stronger than others. So we are going to look at what is prominent for his past life, like previous incarnation reading. So first of all, we are looking at his younger years and past before the present right now. So let's see. So it goes spiritual, mental, physical, spiritual, with the trust of a child, mental, fun, romance, and making art. Oh, physical, do it dramatically. And fifth house is that Leo energy. So I know he's not a Leo sun sign at least. I didn't look deeply into his astrology, and honestly, guys, I don't really need to. I get messages from the universe. So yeah, just saying I don't need to look deeply into someone's horoscope to understand who they are. I just can look at them. So basically, with the trust of a child, honestly, guys, I get a trust fund kid energy from him. I mean, don't you all, with the posh accent and the vibe and everything? But I feel like it's that whole energy. Like I feel him like he was able to really develop fully to his fullest that he could be when he was young. I feel him being nurtured greatly by his parents. Like there could have been private tutors. There could have been private school education. There could have been, I get this energy of like his parents, probably his parents. I see specifically his mother coming up. His mother just looking at him and saying, you know, okay, what does this boy really like? What does he really want to do? What does he really want to get into? Okay, let's nurture that. Let's spend all of our money on buying things for him to develop in that. And I get a vision right now about him in sports in particular, and I feel like there were expenses and other things where his parents had to pay for these things, and I feel like it wasn't cheap, but it was affordable for them or attainable for them. And also, I get the message now about acting, particularly about stage acting when he was younger. Like, okay, we're going to invest in him. Okay, I get the message where it's like his parents consider their children investments. You know, some parents are like that. They're like, okay, we gotta spend our money on our child, invest in your child. It's like an investment in the future, better than putting your money into stocks or property. Is invest in your child. So I get that energy around him, like from his parents. They were like, okay, we got to invest in our child, develop him as much as we can, buy everything for him, pay for those trips for him, to get what he wants and to get what he needs and to get what he needed. With the mental plane, fun, romance, and making art. It is that message like I feel him in his younger years like he could have had a lot of like romances or a lot of connections with like I feel it's women in particular, guys. I have to say, although he does play LGBT characters, I get the feeling from him like it's not his taste, it's not his cup of tea. I mean, like, no, that's okay. Let me explain. I get the feeling that he's not. That he's straight, basically. Like, that he likes playing those characters because he feels the depth of emotion. He feels that connection, like he can really get into that character, identify with the feelings of that character because I feel like when he was young, he had a lot of those ups and downs, like romantic heartbreaks. And I get a message as well. We're going to see it in a moment about his past life, but I get a message about him really in his past life, like 100 years ago or even 200 years ago, being some kind of like poet, being very poetic, being very like into the romance in the mind. Yeah. With the physical level here, do it dramatically. It's that energy like I get the feeling of him being kind of a drama queen or drama king in his own life in a way. Like he loves dramatization. I especially feel he loves dramatization in romantic relationships. And I feel like for that reason, it's hard for him to get in a relationship or to be in a steady relationship. Although, like, I feel he's got so much going for him. I feel him, like, internally. He's a very, actually, like, complicated and just really complex, sophisticated kind of person. Like, he has a lot going on in his mind, I feel. He's not an airhead, for sure. Not an airhead. Very smart guy, kind of genius guy. And I get a message like in the future, he could potentially be even writing his own plays or own movies or a book. Yeah, but we're going to look at the future later on in this reading. But yeah, let's look at his actual past life, the past life connections and things that um, affect him in this life. Okay. Wow. He is a Libra and seventh house energy coming up. So, what is it about with his past life that comes over into this life? So, spiritual, balance, mental, cooperation, physical, your partners. Okay. So, I do get the message that I feel he was successful in business in his past life, or I get the message like that he was. So he was born in 1994, but I get the message like he was doing business in the last century, like in the 50s and 60s and 70s, and I feel like he was traveling. I feel like he was a wealthy businessman, and he always had that desire to do something more creative with himself, but for whatever reason, I get this like traveling kind of salesman or dealsman energy where I feel like he could have actually went around country to country, like particularly in Europe. I'm seeing him that in his past life he was also British, I feel, and he went to different countries like Germany, France, and generally like different kind of countries around Europe. in order to make deals. I feel like he could have worked for a big company and they really wanted him to stay, and he made a good salary there. He made a good life there. Um, but it's like he um, he always felt like I am not actually fulfilling my greatest love and my greatest goal. And I feel him going around Europe and being like, okay, I want to see this show. I want to see that show. I get a feeling particularly about like stage plays, stage acting, and him just really loving and appreciating the stage performance arts, and also about concerts and about opera and about like high culture kind of stuff. I feel him like he would have went around and he would have seen those things and been interested in those things when he was in his previous life. Yeah, so I feel like in this life he's got into this like he's now become a Libra, you know? Um, yeah, seventh house energy. So let's look at his tarot for his past. We do know that he grew up in the UK, but let's generally see what else is going on, or what else went on with him when he was younger. And not only younger, but we are looking at past in general, so up to this present moment. And it can also be about his career so far. So let's see. What do we need to know about Nicholas for his past? The moon. Two of Pentacles. Three of Swords. Okay. What else? The Star. Interesting. Everything is upright. One more. Let me take one more. Ace of Swords. So with the moon card coming up here, with the croissant, croissant is the moon. It's this energy like he always dreamed. With the moon and the star coming up, it's like, it's that wish upon a star energy, you know, wish on the moon. Ask it for what you want. And I feel like he always had this deep inner desire, like, I gotta be in the limelight. I gotta be on the stage. You see that often with celebrities and actors, especially, like, I have to be on the stage in the limelight playing this character because it's like, there's nothing else I can do. It's my soul calling. It's my thing that I want and I love. And with Two of Pentacles here, it's like, I get this feeling like, okay, I already had the money that I need. I could have had any career. I could have had anything that I wanted to do. But I specifically wanted to pick this out and specifically wanted to do this because it's my greatest fulfillment. I get this feeling like, you know, potentially I feel like people around him were trying to push him in different ways. And I feel him in his teenage years specifically, like trying to figure out, what exactly do I want? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? But I feel he actually found his place. Actually, I feel he found his place on stage, potentially in his high school, in his secondary school when he was a teenager. I feel him like he really found the joy of acting, the joy of being on stage and performing. And I feel him like, this is a new side of me. This is a new world that I can step into. It's like, I get this message where he's like, when I step into a character, it's like I'm in a new world. It's like I'm a new person. I can be a different person that I want to be. You know how people say, like, reading a book may take you to a different world? I get that energy from him with being an actor. It's like, I feel him also really loving the research process that goes like hand in hand with being an actor. You know, so many actors, they research their character, they try to get into that role, try to get into that character. And I feel him like he loves to be in a different role. He loves to be a different kind of character than the person that he is. With Three of Swords here, I do want to say I get an energy or a message about some kind of disappointment. I feel like there could have been some role that he auditioned for or that he applied for, which he didn't get, which he really wanted. And I feel it was a significant role somehow. And I do get the message that it's like, okay, I didn't get that role, but this is just going to make me work harder. This is just going to make me try to perfect my art, perfect myself. I do get an energy about him being a little bit of a perfectionist. Like, he's always going to want to be better and better and better and best. Especially from his past self. I see him also looking back on his past self, looking back on his past performances or his past videos, and just him being like, oh man, I can't look. This is so cringe. This is so cringe. I can't look. I was so horrible back then. I was such a horrible actor back then. I get this energy coming up from him. Like, he doesn't like to look back on his younger self, especially like, oh, why, oh, bother, oh, please don't show me that. And I get this message like his parents, I feel, are very proud of him. And I feel his mom, especially, she's like he's her pride and joy. He's her pride and joy. I feel like she tells all of her friends about him, talks about him to everybody, my son is doing this, my son is doing that. I did read that he has a sister, and I feel like he and his like developments are kind of overshadowing her, and so I feel like sometimes she may actually feel like, okay, my brother's getting all the attention from my mother, or I feel his father being more balanced in that sphere, but yeah, from the mother especially, I feel that going on. With the star card here, now he is a star. He's already a star, but I feel him like in his past, he not only wished to be a star, but he wished for greater and greater roles. He wished for greater and greater things. I believe we're going to see more about that in the next two lines, but yeah, he is someone who I feel like he's always going to aspire. He's always aspired for the greatest, to be number one. And by the way, I get the message that he was like this in school as well. He wanted to be top marks in the class, 100%, A-lister. And I believe he was in sports as well. I feel him like he wanted to be A-lister in the sports. He wanted to be number one, like topmost best. I get this really like competitive kind of energy from him. And I feel like part of his competitiveness is him trying not to look competitive as well. Yeah. With the Ace of Swords here in the olive, I get a message here about his first big acting role and when he got into that role. So not only his first big acting role, but all the other film acting roles he's had. Now we know he's been with Anne Hathaway. We know he's been with was it Matthew Perry or Luke Perry? I don't remember. But when he's been with a big actor, or when he's been on a big like film production, when he has gotten accepted to that role, I get this feeling of him being very, very like celebratory, like I am so happy, like even doing a happy dance, like jumping up and down and doing like, yes, yes, energy, like I got it, I auditioned, I got the role. I get him being very happy and like jubilant about accepting greater, getting accepted into the greater kind of Hollywood sphere. I feel like he's very happy, like he always had that dream, and when he got in there, he's really over the moon. So with the moon card as well, it is that same energy coming up about him being really nurtured in his young age. So yeah, let's look at his present life. What's going on with him, his emotions, how does he feel about his present life, his career, his relationships? What do we need to know? Energy protection. I have the power to protect my energy and maintain a positive attitude. No one can destroy my inner peace. Wow, I feel like in his present moment, at this present moment, he's very happy with his decision to get into acting. He's very happy with all the roles that he's taken. He has no regrets, and he's not. He doesn't feel bad about anything. Like, I as a straight man who takes on LGBT roles, I feel he's very comfortable with that and very okay with that as well. Um, with the I have the power to protect my energy and maintain a positive attitude, and it's a dream catcher, so it's like protecting his dreams. I feel like he doesn't listen to haters. He doesn't listen to negative things people say, and he surrounds himself only with positivity. And if he hears any negative comments about him, I feel like he just kind of turns the other way. He doesn't look at that so much. He's not like, he doesn't feel like entertaining the haters at all. I feel him like he's always going to try to keep a positive attitude about things. And by the way, with Dreamcatcher, it's about protecting his dreams. I feel him having like this goal or dreams to continue acting, continue doing film roles, um, to continue. I feel like he's very comfortable with the romance genre of things, and he would be totally okay to just like even do soap operas. Um, but I feel him like there's a very deeper side to him, a very like poetic side to him, and I mentioned it before. I feel like he could actually write something, or if it's not him writing it, if it's just like a ghostwriter, I feel him like he may have a book coming out eventually, actually. So, but anyway, that's for the future line. Let's look at, oh, I have to take karma cards actually. Let's look at a little bit more information about his present moment. Please tell us about his present moment. In Aquarius, 11th sign. Okay. Spiritual, mental, physical. Spiritual, your vision. Mental, what's new and different about. Physical, use an unconventional way. Yeah, in Aquarius. So Aquarius is the 11th house, and it's all about, let's be honest, it's all about money and gains. And what I'm seeing him is like he's trying to figure out his own personal brand. And I feel like he has people around him, like agents, producers, whoever, who are trying to help him with this. But I feel him like he's trying to understand who he is as an actor. What's his brand as an actor? What is his category, or what is his archetype? And what is different about him that makes him better than others, more attractive than others? He wants to show himself off to Hollywood, to the world, to future directors and future hires, future hiring people. He wants to show how he's different from other just like typical actors, because we've got this guy here, how he's so handsome. He's, you know, let's be honest, guys. There have been heartthrobs in the past. There are going to be heartthrobs in the future. So I feel like he's trying to figure out, how can I stay relevant? What's different about me? How can I show myself as a unique actor, as a unique character, as a unique face and vision? I get something about voice as well. How can I show off my voice? There's something about singing there. He may actually do something which is, I don't know, I get a message like musical, about a musical. Like in the future, he could be doing something like, I'm seeing Wicked actually, but I don't know if it would be Wicked, but I get a message where he could be doing something with Disney in the future. Okay, wait guys, we're not looking at future right now, but we're looking at present right now. So let's take our tarot cards and ask, what do we need to know about his present? What is going on with him? This one's coming up. Page of Wands, Candy Canes. Interesting. I feel like he could be doing some kind of campaign with modeling. Oh, it's a holiday. It's a, kind of a holiday Christmas card, but yeah, I do see something which is like I feel he could be doing some modeling, and I see him on a big, big like billboard or like banner, and it's somewhere like I feel particularly in London, but potentially New York as well. But I feel particularly in London, he may be modeling for some big like British department store or something like that. The Magician. What else do we need to know? Okay, so Magician, spicy. The Chariot reversed. 10 of Wands, baguettes. 4 of Wands. What is that? Honestly, guys, it looks like something sweet, right? 4 of Wands. Temperance. With the Temperance card coming up here, so with all of this coming up here, I'm getting a vision of like his inner world of work right now and the things that have not yet been released about him. So I feel like with the Chariot in reverse here, I feel like he's doing something right now in the UK. It could be. Because it's that message of like anti-travel. I feel like he could be doing something in the UK. There could be some filming or something in England and Britain right now that he's working on doing. With the Magician card is all about like manifesting things, and so I feel him like he's got new work going on. Like he's really relevant right now. I feel he's really hot right now. Like people want him. People are hiring him. People are calling him all the time. And I feel like he has to filter actually and choose what he wants. Because I feel like he's got the reputation already. He's got the star power. And people are coming to him, sprinkling on him. Hey, would you do this for me? Would you do that for me? We can pay you this much. I feel him having to like choose, okay, I want to do this. I don't want to do this. I want to say that if we're talking about dating or if we're talking about relationships, I do feel him, I don't know, I feel him being a bit of like a lone wolf in a way. Although he's like, he's got the looks, he's got the bod. I feel him like his personality is kind of complicated, and I feel him being very focused on his career more than on a relationship. I feel him like if he were to be in a relationship right now with anyone, that person would be feeling kind of lonely or like he's not paying enough attention to them, because I feel him being very engaged in the work with 10 of Wands here. Yeah. With 4 of Wands, the 4 of Wands is giving, so 10 of Wands is giving that energy about the work. Like I feel like he's got a lot going on, too much going on. And then with 4 of Wands, with that pink color and softness, it's like, I feel like dating is kind of in a back seat, but I feel him like he does have some female friends that he talks to, and I feel him like he would consider being with someone, but on the other hand, there's this other part of him which is like, I'm not ready for it right now. And with the Temperance card here, I feel like it's talking about his romantic life, which is like he has to wait for it. There are other things filling his cup right now. You see this Temperance card. It's in reverse. But it's like, there are other things filling his cup right now. He doesn't need to have a relationship right now. He doesn't need to, kiss someone. And I feel like if he is like in a relationship right now, that person's not getting enough attention. And I feel like it's not going to be a lasting relationship. So I feel like right now it's not relationship time for him. It's work time for him. And he's getting more success. I feel with the Magician coming up here, there's also a lot of money coming in for him. And he's very happy about that, I feel. So, yeah. Let's go to our third line. What we really want to know. What everybody wants to know. The future of this Mr. Nicholas. So, let's take our significator card. What do we need to know about the future of this man? Patience pays off. I'm patient because I know I'm going through a process and I'm in full acceptance of the situation. Okay, what comes up about that is I feel he's going to marry the love of his life because he's being patient with the relationship stuff. But also, I feel him, so it's number 7 there, is again that 7th house, Libra energy. So I feel like the stars are really in his favor. I feel him like he, interesting. I get a message about a personal trainer. I get a message about a personal trainer and him working out with someone and working on his body image and working on his image. And I get another message about him doing modeling. Like with his shirt off, I get a message about this. But yeah, I feel like it's not only patience in his romantic relationship, but it's also about patience in his career, because I feel him like he's doing these kind of roles. He's doing these romance acting roles. He's okay with that. He's comfortable with that. But I feel in some way he feels like it's all kind of repetitive. It's all kind of the same thing. But okay, I have to do it because that's what I'm being hired for, and that's what people want from me. You know, that's my image, that's my face. I feel like he can get kind of tired, you know, of playing just, you know, a romantic role all the time. But he does it because he knows that that's where the money is. He's getting hired for that. So patience pays off. His patience, his like, I can say austerity, like him being patient with that aspect. It's going to bring him a lot of money. I see him being a very, very rich man of his own accord in the future. So let's see. Spiritual, mental, physical in the future. Remember, reconsider, now is not the time. South Node. South Node is, South Node in Eastern astrology is called Ketu, and it is the tail of the snake. And the tail of the snake around the moon. So the tail of the snake is like, there's no head to that snake. You know, it's like that snake can't think. Anyway, it's that energy of kind of like renunciation in a way. If it makes any sense to you guys. I don't know how much you guys know about astrology, but so remember, reconsider, now is not the time. So I feel like in the future, there is going to be a time in his career when things are changing for him, when his image is changing, especially as he gets older, I feel. When he gets older, I feel like he's going to look back on his acting career and say, you know, I did it. It was the thing I could do. I've got everything I need now because of that, because of the money that it brought in, and it shaped my life, it changed my life, you know, being in films and acting. And I feel him though, like when he gets older, like he may not be even totally satisfied with his life somehow. I feel him just like looking back and being like, oh, those are my golden years. Those are my wonderful years. I'm old now, you know, when he gets older. So let's see what's coming up for him in the future in the tarot. Yes. 5 of Cups. Oh. Interesting. I feel like eventually there is going to be a kind of end to his acting career. Or at least a slowing down, or a time when he's like moving to the back burner quite a lot. Like, oh, I'm sorry if you're watching this to Nicholas himself, but yeah, fortune cookie. I don't want to say that you're ever going to be washed up, but it does happen, you know. Page of Cups. Reversed. Cups are reversed here. Opa. What's coming up? Wheel of Fortune. Reversed. Nine of Wands. Reversed as well. What else? One more. Seven of Cups. Interesting. So I feel like in the future, especially with the Seven of Cups here, in the future as he gets older, I feel like we are going to see him being in a relationship, like specifically with one person in particular. I'm seeing like one woman in particular that I feel they're going to be together. We're going to see them together in the spotlight, on the red carpet or whatever. And I feel like he's always going to be with her. He's just going to keep her. I feel like, now I don't get the feeling like she's going to be a super like famous person. I get the feeling that she's not a super duper celebrity. Like she's someone more humble. And I do feel like she is European or British. I don't feel like she's American. So yeah, I feel him in his older years, like being just very happy with him, with his with her, with his family life, with their family life together. Just not taking any of that for granted and being happy with what he's done in his life and his career and his acting career and with the money that he's gained. And I see him playing sports. By the way, I see him playing golf for whatever reason, especially when he gets older. I get an image of him playing golf and like being happy in retirement when he gets older. With the fortune cookie here, so we want to know about his career in the next coming years, in the near future. So what I see with the fortune cookie here is that I do feel like he is going to get many, many more roles. I feel like I'm seeing him like he could be in some kind of series. I feel like it could be just a short series, or I feel like it could be, okay, a series of movies somehow. I feel like there might be some kind of movie which is more like fantasy. I'm seeing something kind of like Harry Potter or like Lord of the Rings or like some kind of this magic energy like that, and I feel him like he might be in that. I feel like it could come up in the future. It's kind of like fantasy, magic. I don't feel it's too like science fiction or anything. Like we had like Uglies come out and that kind of thing. I don't feel it's anything like Hunger Games or like that kind of thing. I feel it's more like fantasy, but I could be wrong. It could be something more like Hunger Games, like science fiction. But I see him being in something which is a movie where it's like a series of movies like that. So watch for that coming out in the future. With the Page of Cups here, I feel him like he may feel at times coming in the future like he's got too much on his plate. Like he's got too much going on. Like he even can't handle it's like spilling over. I feel him like he may actually have to drop a few projects or a few like proposals that he's doing. So I feel like he may try to take on more than he can actually handle, but he's gonna let some things go and just take the principal things, the things that make him most happy, I feel. With the Wheel of Fortune here, I get a message like he may do some kind of advertisement like PSA. We've seen like celebrities in Hollywood do these kind of public service announcement things where they're like, saying, I don't know, we've seen it just recently where celebrities have come up and say like, oh, I'm voting for Hillary, or like, I know I'm voting for Kamala, or like, and trying to promote certain things. I feel like he could be involved in something like that. I don't feel it's necessarily political. I feel it could be something about celebrities like supporting some kind of relief effort, actually. Like, I don't know why. I see there being some kind of natural disaster, and maybe celebrities will come out and say, you know, we have to support this. We have to publicly make a video where different celebrities say, like, you know, support hurricane survivors or like these earthquake survivors or like something like this. I don't know. I get this energy from this Wheel of Fortune. Like, there's this energy of helping with something, like giving relief somehow, doing some kind of humanitarian work, like public work like that. I don't feel him being really, really involved with a lot of stuff like that, but I feel him like he could be in a video about that somehow. With the Nine of Wands here, I feel him in his older years, especially just wanting to take a break and not be in the spotlight anymore. I feel him like getting tired of that after some years. But I feel like he will try to do as much as he can in the present moment and in the next coming years. And then it leads back to what I said in the beginning about his whole family life and stuff. So yeah, I want to just take one more card and just ask the spirit if there's anything more that viewers need to know about him, and what is it? Nine of Pentacles. He's making a lot of money. He's making a lot of money, and he's got all he needs. He's living in luxury, friends. What else can I say? You requested the reading, I delivered, and please, everybody, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel for more readings like this. Also, I will say I do consider your recommendations, and I want to hear from you. I love it. So please write down in the comments below anyone that you'd like me to read on, or any also world events or things that you would like me to read on. So goodbye, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Wish you love and light. And until next time, stay in love, stay in light. Bye.